Hi guys, welcome to DevOps School. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about AZ-900 Microsoft Azure Fundamentals. AZ-900 is the exam that tests on fundamental level knowledge of cloud concept and Azure services. After going through this tutorial, I promise you that the concept and understanding of the Azure will be absolutely clear to you. This series is divided into multiple parts, therefore subscribe to the channel and follow the playlist.
But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in DevOps School certification level courses which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai, and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best, and start today.
Okay, 25 to 30,000, and you can create one Azure portal, okay, and Azure console, create one account on Azure console, and you can buy one particular VM. Hardly maximum it will cost you 400 rupees per month, max to max, maximum 500, 16 GB. Okay, 5 to 600 in 1 year. How much you are going to pay? 6 into 12, 7,200.
Yes.
Okay, but if you are going to purchase, it will cost you 1 lakh rupees, and after that software and etc are totally that is what excluded, like OS, antivirus, all this stuff you are going to purchase, right?
Correct.
So all these things, it will cost you more than 1 lakhs, like 1.2 and all. After 2 years, your hardware cost will be 1 lakh laptop. How much you are, what will be the cost? There should be some deduction, right?
Correct. Yes.
In your hardware, you are, if you're after 2 years, if you're going, if you want to sell that particular laptop, no one is going to take you max to max 10,000. No one going to take more than that. But in the cloud, 7,200 you are paying yearly. After 2 years, if you don't require, you can, that's within 2 years, how much you have paid? 7 into 2, 14,000, plus you have invested 30,000. How much?
44,000.
44,000. Let it be 50,000. Okay, how much you are saving? More than 50% or not? Tell me.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah,
that's the
agree.
reason I'm also working one of the organization. Okay, I'm a cloud migration lead. So we are always, whenever we are going to approach any organization for migration, we always showcase the economics of the scale. Like you guys have more than 12 years of experience, so please try to talk as a business. Always try to talk, always in your mind should be always talk about the business only. Do not talk about anything, okay, infrastructure and all this stuff. This much percentage. So always whenever we are going to approach any client, we used to say that we are going to save your cost 30 to 40%. We are committing only 30 to 40%, but actually we are giving more than 45%. If you are committing less and giving more, then your client will be happy. Try to understand. In this way you have to convince your client. Okay, any doubt
No.
till now? Economics of scale.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, and whenever you are going to approach any client or all this stuff, you have to discuss only 3 points. This much, the speed of the cloud is this much, this much percentage, 30 to 40% we will save you annually. And what is the scale? What kind of a scale? What kind of scaled requirement? Scale means what? The whatever may be the organization you are approaching, they have the what is it, trained skilled engineer or not. That part also you have to discuss. If they don't have, you guys have to provide the service. Okay, I think it's clear.
Yeah.
Now we are going to discuss about the capital expenditure and operational expenditure. What does it mean? Capital expenditure means, just now I've given you one example that okay, I
For
want
purchasing a
that
laptop.
laptop and all, right? So that is what
Correct.
capital expenditure. So suppose I want to start work on any XYZ project. So before starting a project, I should have one laptop, right? That is same configuration, same in the story again. If I'm going to, so first try to understand capital expenditure means what. Always in capital expenditure, always the upfront cost will be involved. Like before starting the actual work, we have to spend money. But in operational expenditure, in cloud, upfront costs are not involved. It means what? Whenever you are going to create any VM in cloud, okay, if you are going to use, then they will charge you, right? If you are not going to you use, then they will not charge you that much. That is minimal, or whatever the rental something, they if you they will charge you, that is very minimal. You can say that is negligible. Okay, so the difference between capital expenditure and operational expenditure is what, whenever we are going to talk about the capital expenditure, always the upfront cost will be involved. But in operational expenditure, there is no upfront cost involved. Okay, so please note down this. They will ask you one question from this particular slide. Capital expenditure and operational expenditure. This particular slides are either you are preparing for AZ-103 or AZ-400. This particular business, these two are always common. Okay, so what is capital expenditure? Spending money on physical infrastructure upfront, then deducting that expense from your tax bill over time. And capital expenditure upfront cost is involved. Second one is what? Operational expenditure, that is spending money on services or product, like whatever maybe we are going to use on Azure console. That is what we are using, the services. We are not expending any money on infrastructure. That is what operational cost. Any doubt? Capital expense and operational expense.
No, it's clear.
No clue.
Now we are going to discuss about the difference between infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So what do you mean by infrastructure as a service? Any example?
You are getting infrastructure as a services, like you are using the Azure virtual machine or the computing purpose. So you are getting that as a service. From a user perspective, you are getting as a service, but you are actually you are using the resources, physical uh, infrastructure. Actually you are using the infrastructure, right? That is infrastructure
Yeah.
as a service.
Yes. So can you give me the example of infrastructure as a service?
Yeah, that
Only
virtual
VM.
machine. No, it's
Okay.
everything is there, right? A lot of things are there, not only VM. It's basically even in the you're using the database, right?
Yes.
That all are maintaining in a server, and even
Network
Storage,
service,
etc. There are so
storage
many
is
things.
there.
yeah, yes,
Yeah.
storage.
Okay. So let's discuss about infrastructure as a service. Try to understand. Infrastructure as a service is the most basic category of the cloud computing service. With infrastructure as a service, basically what we are going to do, we are going to rent the infrastructure from the cloud provider, either it is Azure, AWS, or Oracle, or Google. Okay. So basically what we are going to, we are going to rent the infrastructure from the cloud provider. from the cloud provider. Okay, so infrastructure, maybe it is network, storage, virtual machines, operating systems. Okay, everything comes under infrastructure. So with the diagram itself, you can see networking, firewall, security, servers and storage, and data centers and all. Just a second.
Hello. Hello. I'm not able to hear you.
I can hear you. I
Hello.
think he's on call or
Okay.
something.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
My
I'm
wall are
muted.
okay.
It's okay. So infrastructure as a service is what maybe we are going to rent from the cloud provider. Cloud provider may be Microsoft, Google, Oracle, whatever may be. Okay. So in infrastructure, it includes servers and storage, networking and firewall security, data center physical and data center physical plant or building. Either it is on premises and cloud, both of them. So basically, in a cloud, infrastructure as a service is the first layer or basic layer of, like, have you heard about the TCP or something, right? There's so many layers are there, right?
Yes.
The
OS
protocols.
layer, 7 layers, yeah, protocols.
Yes.
So
Yes.
same way in cloud, there are three layers. First one is the infrastructure as a service. Second one is what? Platform as a service.
Platform as
Third
a
one is
service.
what? Uppermost layer is
Software.
software as a
Software as
service. Okay. So first one is what? Infrastructure as a service. It includes servers and storage, networking, firewall, security, data center, physical plant. So all this. Please make this diagram so that it will be easy for you guys have, they will ask you minimum 2 to 3 questions from this infrastructure as a service from this slide.
So Rohit,
Okay,
can we get these slides or it's
hello.
basically a yeah, can we get these slides or what?
I will give you the notes. Slides
Okay.
I cannot forward you,
Okay. Okay.
but
No,
same
that's
thing
fine.
that notes will be same. Don't
Okay.
worry, each and everything will be same.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, after this session I will give you, I once I will recording will be off, then I will tell you all this.
Sure. Sure.
Now infrastructure as a service, after that we are going to discuss about the platform as a service. So platform as a service is what? It is kind of environment for building, testing, deploying software applications. Okay. So this is particular environment. Platform as a service is building an environment on the cloud so that we are going to do our work. Either it is testing, either it is a development, either it is deployment. Like basically you are in what? You are in which course? Master in Azure and Azure DevOps, right? That is what your
Yes.
course. That is what your course name. So basically, you are here for DevOps. So DevOps, how you are going to deploy any code into the cloud? You need some infrastructure. You need some platform. Then only you are able to deploy,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So
Yes.
that is what that particular service will provide by the cloud provider under the platform as a service. Understood? Like operating system is what? Is a platform where you can do your operation. Like suppose I will give you simple example. I will give you one laptop. Okay, and without OS, are you able to do any operation on that?
No.
No.
Yes, you need any kind of operating system, either it is Linux, Unix, or Windows, whatever may be. So here your operating system is your platform. After operating system only you are able to install other software like MS Office and all this stuff. Okay. And also
Correct.
platform as a service, try to understand from this diagram, you can see that this particular infrastructure as a service is a first layer and platform as a service is a second layer. Okay, in the second layer, all the deployment tools, what are the deployment tools? In Azure, earlier it was known as TFS or VSTS. Now it is known as Azure DevOps. Okay.
Okay.
Hello. They have
Yes.
designed, they have totally changed. Earlier it was totally depends upon the tools and all you need to install and all. Now everything will be on cloud. Okay. So all the deployment tools, database management, business analysis, or also there are so many other tools are also in open source. There are what so many deployment tools like Git. Have you heard about Git, right? Jenkins.
Yes.
All these
Yeah.
are open
Yes.
source and these are also deployment tools. So that is also act as a platform as a service comes under. Eclipse is a what? Also a platform as a
Platform.
service.
Yeah.
Eclipse will provide.
Deployment,
Yes,
deployment
yes,
and
yes.
development tool.
Yeah, deployment. Eclipse is a development tool.
Development tool.
Okay. And also we are using for automation testing. Okay, like Selenium and all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So those no, so those are also a platform as a
Pass.
service. Pass. Exactly. Okay. So please make this diagram. If see parallelly, if you will do this, something, if you are going to write on your notes and all or your register, then you no need to but remember recall each and everything again.
Correct.
Within
Correct.
10 minutes within 10 minutes you can recall before the class also. I don't want after giving the training, after 2 hours again you are sitting and 2 hours you are going to practice. No, only 10 minutes or 20 minutes, that's all. We are
That
not
is a good approach. Correct.
yeah,
Correct.
because we all are you guys have also more than 10 years of experience or 12 years of experience. I have also 30. We don't have, there are so many family burdens and all. Correct. We have to
Absolutely.
utilize we have to utilize this time only. Do not think that okay, after I will get this particular notes, then I will start reading and all this. Don't worry, I will give you each and every notes. I don't have any issues. Okay, but this time please utilize this time also. Be focused on this session. That's all. My request to you, both of you. So platform as a service, any doubt? They will ask you one question from this
No.
particular slide.
Yeah.
Now we are going to discuss about the software as a service. Software as a service is what? Basically we are going to deploy this particular software as a service, like any kind. MS Office is what? Software as a service. Skype is what?
Gmail.
Software as a service. Yes, Gmail is also software as a service. Go to meeting is what? Software as a service.
Software.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, so those are what? Software as a service. So how, software as a service is a uppermost layer. Okay, where your Skype is, sometimes Skype is also, we can say that Skype is a platform where we are going to communicate. Okay, sometimes it is what? Software as a service we have to install. So software as a service means what? Suppose I want a Skype. Okay, so to whom I need to contact? Tell me.
So
It
Hey,
is come
Skype
again.
is a Microsoft here. Hello.
Oh,
this
I actually
yeah,
lost your voice.
Microsoft.
Yeah. Yeah. We are using
Okay.
Skype only. All. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if I want, if for my organization, I want, a Skype as a service. We have to connect with Microsoft, right?
Absolutely.
We have to pay for that. Then they will, allow us to download and use that particular software. So there is one more terminology after infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. There is one more terminology. There are so many terminology. M- MPaaS as a service, mobile as a service, communication as a service. So whenever we are going to talk about the communication as a service, all these go to meeting, Skype, Teams, everything will comes under this communication as a service. Okay. We are using nowadays. We are. I think you guys have the Geo SIM, right?
Yes.
Geo SIM we have, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
on which so Geo is using which kind of communication?
IP based what it IP calls, something like that.
Yeah, Voltan IP based call. Exactly.
Volta.
Yeah.
Basically, they are using the cloud services, and that cloud service is what? Communication as a service. Try to understand. That's the reason in India, Geo was the first, organization or or provider who have provided this kind of facility. That's the reason they have, very less. Due to that reason, they provide almost 1 year free, right? 1 and 1.5 year something
Correct.
free
Yeah.
calls, right? So why? Because they are not, the cost will be very minimal. They are just establishing their fiber networks and Geo Cloud. Nowadays, Geo Cloud are also available. Geo Cloud. They have a very good integration with Alibaba and the Microsoft. Geo is now connected with the Microsoft Azure. Earlier they are using Alibaba Cloud. Alibaba also is a cloud provider. Do not think it is only like
I
e-commerce
know
company.
about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the cloud service comparison. Okay, so try to understand. On premises you guys are using, right? And now we are going to compare with cloud. So whenever we are going to use the term in IaaS, means what? It is a flexibility. PaaS means what? Productivity. Infrastructure as a service, it will provide you the flexibility. Due to platform as a service, you will what? Increase your
It's basically
productivity.
correct.
Productivity. And in SaaS, what you are going to use? Whatever maybe you are going to use, you have to pay that much only. Pay as you go pricing model. Okay. Like something like, what is the maximum limit of Zoom? Suppose you have purchased some Zoom or some Teams and on. At a time, how many members are able to connect? Do you know?
I think 100
Just I'm taking the example. 500,
or
not more
500.
than 500. Yes, 500, not 100, not 100.
I think
Whenever
for
the more
free, I
than
think
500,
100. Yeah, maybe.
yeah, you're saying something.
I think if you're not having the license version, I think then only 100, or if there is a time limit as well, right? 40 minutes only.
Yes,
Until
yes,
six
correct.
months back, it used to be four. If you want to use a free version of Zoom, then your call can be scheduled for 30 minutes and 10 minutes of buffer, and only four people could join. That's how it was until 6 months back, 6 to 8 months back.
Now it is more than four
Yeah,
people
yeah.
also.
Even I have done a Zoom
100.
After
call.
COVID, they have increased the limits, I think.
Yeah, but maximum if you are going to purchase and all 500 plus. Okay,
Hmm.
but my suggestion, do not use Zoom.
Yeah,
So now we are going to discuss about the enterprise IT, that is application. So whenever enterprise IT means what? On-prem. Okay, on-prem database. So on-prem, whatever maybe we are going to use, either it is application, security, database, operating system, visualization, servers, storage, networking, and data center. All these are what we are going to manage. Okay, so each and every burden on us only.
us.
Okay, and also the cost will be very high. Just I'm giving you the simple example. You guys all are BTech, right?
Correct.
Before
Correct.
Yeah.
10 years ago, you guys have graduated, or 10 or 12 years ago, you guys all are BTech on. So whenever we
Yeah.
go back to our college days, we can see that okay, there was a server room, right? In that particular server
Yeah.
room, 2 3 people are sitting with ACs and all, right? They are not
Yeah.
allowing us into that particular server room. Okay, there's so many precautionary, we have to follow all this stuff, right? So because their database or their server are in that particular, they are what that is known as on-prem server. Okay, whatever data they have, they are just putting into that particular server. Getting my point or not? So due to that
Yeah.
reason, they have to manage each, and college is going to manage application also, security also, database also, maintenance also, operating system, each and every component, LAN, WAN, whatever, maybe networking. Okay, but if that time itself the cloud, if cloud will be in a cloud, services will be available, they can shift into the cloud. Then if only there are three part, right? Infrastructure, platform, software. If they will shift only the infrastructure, how many items? After that, we are not going to discuss what, we are not going to manage anything like application, security, database, and operating system. These are managed by us, and rest of the things like server, storage, networking, data center, and virtualization, those are managed by cloud provider.
Provider.
Try to understand the difference between infrastructure, platform, and software, and on premises. In platform only, we are going to what, manage
Applications,
application only.
application.
Rest
Yeah.
of the things like security, database, operating system, virtualization, everything managed by the cloud provider. And in software as a service, if we are taking something, Skype and all, Skype is, if Skype is not working, directly we are going to raise the ticket to the Microsoft, right? Of team is not working, or any services, that is what, like MS Office and all, if we are using license version and all. Nowadays everyone is using license version only. Okay, so I know anything will happen, if it is not working, directly we are going to reaching to the provider of that particular application. Okay, so we are not going to manage. So in, if we are going to adopt software as a service, it means what, we are going to focus only on our business. We are not going to bother about the software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. Okay, so if we are going to focus on particular one stream, then output will be more, right? Correct.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that is what, this is what the difference between infrastructure on premises, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Okay, so this is very important. What are the, they will ask you in the question, okay, what are the, on premises, what are the things we are going to manage? So you have to list down everything. They will ask you the question in infrastructure as a service, what are the things we are going to manage by customer, and what are the things managed by the cloud provider, means AWS, Azure, or Google. But here only Azure is going to manage. Okay,
Got it.
so
Okay.
so have you written all these three line, at least infrastructure as service provide you what,
Yeah,
flexibility,
noted
platform
down.
badge. Okay, good. So they will ask you, infrastructure as service will provide you productivity or flexibility. Do not get confused in the exam. Now we are going to discuss about the management responsibility of a infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Okay, as we had a brief discussion that okay, these things we are going to manage, and these things the virtual servers and its cloud provider is going to manage. Okay, and in SaaS we are not going to manage anything. Okay, so infrastructure as a service requires the most user management of all the cloud services. Exactly, because here you can see that okay, there were only 1 2 3 4 items we are going to, provider is going to manage, and more than more than 5 item, almost 60% of the item is managed by the 50 or 60% of the
Us.
items are managed by the
That's by
us
us.
only.
Yeah.
Okay, so whenever we are going to moving into the basic layer to uppermost layer, our responsibility will be decrease. Okay, basic first layer infrastructure, second layer platform, third layer SaaS. Okay, so PaaS as compared to infrastructure as service, it requires less management and requires least amount of management in SaaS. Okay, so I think it's clear.
Yes, it's clear.
Now we are going to discuss about the difference between public, private, and hybrid models. Okay, so first tell me, what is the definition of cloud? What is cloud?
Cloud is an internet-based service using which uh, we get the resources to host our applications and provisioning of VM and managing network, things like that.
Thanks for watching. To watch our complete session, enroll for our premium membership. Click onto the join button and enroll yourself with the best suited option. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Want to study further? Subscribe to our paid membership to get a deep dive into each and every topic. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to our DevOps School channel and hit the bell icon to learn more. Keep learning.